Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm going to bring Stefania on.
Are these? Uh-oh. Waiting for Stefania. We are waiting. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Hola. Let's see here. Why is it that? Wait, we'll try this again. Wait.
Ah!
Hi, beautiful.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good.
You look beautiful. Oh my God.
Wow, thank you. You too as well. You do as well. Oh, there's butterflies. I'm by the window. Yeah, nothing. Sorry, I'm distracted.
And beautiful California weather.
In beautiful California weather. A little too hot today, but still
It was
beautiful.
really hot yesterday.
Crazy.
My goodness. How have you been?
I've been good, very chilled, I have to be honest. Well, chilled because I've been home. But yeah, the situation in California hasn't been the most chilled, as you know.
No,
That's
across the world, really, but
yeah, exactly.
it's all for a good cause, which is positive. It's going to make the proper
Absolutely.
change.
Absolutely.
Um, and what else? I'm like trying to think about little things. I know you
Uh,
had said you looked at some questions.
I did. I looked at some questions today, and I don't know. Should we answer some of them? Should we go straight
Yes.
to it? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so one of the first questions that I got, it was this girl saying, "Was your first kiss that bad?" Which made me laugh because it implies that her first kiss wasn't that good. But do you remember your first kiss? How
Do
was it?
I remember? I remember my first kiss. I
How was
was
it?
so nervous. It was horrible because I was so nervous. I was shaking, like full on full body shaking. Extremely embarrassed, extremely nervous, and like it took an entire movie. Like he didn't make a move and I didn't make a move, and it took an entire 2 hour movie before anybody made a move. And then when it happened, it was
Wow,
just horrible and like
amazing.
just
Yeah,
yeah, was not ideal. What about you? I'm hoping yours is
I don't
much
think
better
so
than
either.
mine.
Mine was actually I was talking about this yesterday. That's why I also
Mhm.
picked up the question. And I realized that my first kiss was with a girl. I was very young and it
Yes.
happened with the girl. And I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't want yeah, it's like too much information, but and it was great. It was like such a
We're
good
gonna have a
moment.
conversation in private after this
Yeah.
about this. Yes. You're like too much information. I'm like, now I have to know.
I have to know. Yeah, it
Um,
was great. And then I remember like my first actual boyfriend, we
mhm.
said that we were together for a month before we actually kissed.
Okay. How old were you? Do you mind saying?
Uh,
15?
15. Yeah, I did. The first kiss happened very early on, and then the first partner happened later on, and then the rest is history.
I love that so much. That's so like nerve-wracking, like being so open and honest about your first kiss. It
I
feels
love
like
it though. I was like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. That's so good
there's so
because you
many
don't
great
talk about these
questions.
things. Hmm?
No.
No.
There's so many great questions that people come up with that I'm always like, oh my God, or
Yes.
like really hard questions.
Yes. Okay. So one serious one was, how does it feel to represent an LGBT character on TV?
I mean, it makes me very
Mm,
proud to be able to like, because I think what was lacking so much, I've been in this industry for so long since I was like a little kid, as you know, and I was like, what was
yeah,
lacking growing up is you really just didn't have diversity of everything in our
for
industry
sure.
of different race, religions, sexual orientation. And so I feel like to be able to be a character that is representing the LGBTQ community made me really proud. It just made me really proud of the industry still has a really long way to go. There's a lot of shows that just don't properly represent every different community, but it made me really like, I've always been, because I know some people that are just not, for some reason, just not, don't want to, aren't comfortable. And I've always, my manager and agent have always been like, yes, hands down. Because I think I've said in the past, like, I'm such a firm believer that like love is love, and we're all humans. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you? How do you feel about representing the LGBTQ?
Amazing for so many reasons. I feel like I grew up in a very conservative environment, and it wasn't bad, but it was very judgmental towards homosexuality specifically. And like, I feel like Italians are very welcoming people, but like everybody, they kind of, I don't know, we're also very self-ironic, autoironia, so we make fun of ourselves, but I feel like we also make a lot of fun of other people, and I feel like the gay community gets like made fun a lot. And
in Sicily and in Italy? Or just...
Yeah, it happened a lot growing up. And like I was a dancer for a long time, so I was around I was around that all the time, and my best friend is gay, and I feel like being able to represent a bisexual character, so it's like a bit of both, is like so important for me, because I feel like I get a lot of Sicilian people, a lot of like Sicilian girls that reach out to me, and it's like, it feels so good to have one of us representing us. It's like, even us Sicilian, we can be gay, we can be bisexual, and it's so good that you can do it openly. And somebody like mentioned, I seen you kissing another girl on national America, like an international
representation.
TV. Yeah. It gives us the freedom to be able to do that, and not feel like we're doing something wrong. And that, like, wow, gives me goosebumps, just breaks my heart every time. I'm gonna cry now.
Oh, don't. No, but it's like, you know, you do a little bit. I feel like that's what makes me so proud about it. It sounds like the same for you. It's like that we're able to be that representation on television, because it is. It's like, I feel like as women, just going to being a woman, like, I didn't know you could be certain professions until I saw them. Like, I feel like so much of influences our lives is like, we don't think we can actually do something or be something, or what we are feels wrong if we don't see it in the public eye, because it's not the popular way of thinking. And so to be able to be...
Bisexuality is one of those things where you feel like you're not one, you're not the other, you're something in between. So it's like undefined, and being able to be like, no, I'm part of this group of people, and there's nothing wrong with me, and we just love, and you can fall in love with a girl, you can fall in love with a guy, and it's all good, and nobody freaking dies from it. So why judge it? Why feel like it's bad?
I know, it's always like, love is love. Like, what is so wrong? Like, what is, you know? But what was I gonna say? There's something else. Do you know like the Kinsey scale too? Have you ever heard of that? Some people might have heard of that, and if you haven't, people that are listening, like, the Kinsey scale is awesome. It came out a long time ago. There's actually a movie about it. But it's like Alfred Kinsey came up with this scale, which I always love. It's like that everyone's sexuality falls somewhere on the scale. You know, no one is 100% one or the other. You fall somewhere. And some, of course, are more extreme with one or the other. But
yeah, super true. I feel that 100%. Do you?
Yeah. And I loved it too, because when the study came out, I was like, oh, like, my brain always works on like scientific, like, I like stats and numbers and like,
right.
And to see that also made me feel like, oh, like, okay, like, you don't
for that. Yeah,
and like I think you said earlier, you don't have to choose one or the other. Like, that's what's so great also about the fact that we're playing bisexual characters, is that, like, because I feel sometimes when people do discover that they're gay, that they're into, you know, whatever their sexual orientation is, they feel they have to, you feel there's the pressure that you have to make a decision, like, oh, I have to decide exactly what I am at this moment.
Gay, or am I straight? Am I, or like, where do I fall? Yeah, exactly, for sure.
And I just think that that's not fair. And knowing the Kinsey scale really like allowed, you know, that moment of like, oh, like, okay, there doesn't have to be a finite answer to this.
Black and white. No, absolutely.
Yeah. And I love that. And we're playing these bisexual characters.
Oh my God,
have you ever dated or been with a man on Grace?
I've only fooled around with a couple
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the relationships have been with women. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. So I was like, awesome. Is there any other questions you had in there?
Okay. What's your girl's crush?
Oh, this is so hard. What is your girl crush?
I have two.
Okay. What are they?
I have a Brazilian actress, Alice Braga. I don't know how you say in
Her name sounds
Portuguese.
sexy.
Alice
My
Braga.
goodness.
I don't know, but I love her. She's so cute and charming and such a good actress, very honest, and I really like it. And then Zendaya, Mizzica.
I love that. Yeah, I could see both. I would need to look up, name the first one again. What was her name?
Alice Braga or Alice
Alice
Braga. She was
Braga.
in City
Alice
of
Braga.
God, and I think she's very popular in Brazil. She's doing a series
Okay.
called Regina del Sud, Reina del Sur.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look her up. But Zendaya is amazing. I love that. I have no idea what mine would be. I guess like that's so hard. Like in my head, I'm thinking of like all the women that I find attractive. I'm like, my goodness. Like Kate Beckinsale, like in Underworld, was like insanely hot.
Nice.
But I'm trying to think like obviously Charlize Theron in anything she's ever done. I mean, come on. But like Jennifer Lawrence, also amazing. Like
Wow.
we
We have different tastes.
Oh, absolutely have different tastes. We have, yes, we know we have different tastes.
We do.
Yes.
How about
I
your
mean,
men's
come on,
crush?
we don't need to get in. Yeah, what'd you say?
How about your men's crush?
Mm.
I
yours?
was able to think about these questions because I saw them first, so I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
No, you say yours first, then I'm gonna think. Oh God, I gotta think.
Mine are weird. Okay, so again, James McAvoy.
I knew you loved him. Yes, he's
Passion
always.
and like,
Yep.
and
Yep,
then
he's a good one.
Wagner Moura.
Who?
Another Brazilian actor.
You love your Brazilians. I love it so much, and I'm sure the fans are loving that right now. Like I guess James McAvoy is a good one, but I can't take yours. Let me see. I feel like we had this conversation on set, and I had answers, and I can't remember what they were.
I don't remember them either. It was some like a little unexpected.
Well, yeah, I tend to like the nerdier, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm back. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's cute. It just surprises me. It just surprises me coming from you.
Like the nerdy ones. I don't know what it is. Oh my God, my forehead vein is so prominent right now.
No, it's
I'm
so
trying to.
good.
No, there's definitely ones that like I also. It's to me, it's like the ones that are just amazing actors. Like if I watch a movie, I'm like, oh my God. Like I just watched Normal People and the male actor in that, or like Outlander and the male. I don't even know their damn. Sam Heughan, I think, is the main actor in Outlander. Oh my God.
Yeah, talent is so attractive, no matter what. Definitely more attracted to talent than to appearance.
Yeah, and I think that's my thing is like I just don't know. Like it's more their personality if I see them in an interview, but it's definitely so much more about like their talent. Like I'll see the talent for a crush, and then I'll be like, oh my God, who is this person? They're so talented.
Yeah.
And then I'll go watch them in an interview, and if they also have a great personality in an interview, I'm like, oh, that's my new crush.
True. Yeah, I have a crush. It's official.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I guess I crush on a lot of people because I'm just saying every name.
Everybody's talented. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great one too. That made me blush.
Yeah.
What is another? Did you have another question?
I'm forgetting. I think I need.
It's okay. I have a question box here.
Okay.
Do you want me to see what's through this too? Okay. I don't know what. Oh, at the moment. Favorite TV show at the moment?
I loved Euphoria, obviously. And then I just watched this whole Sopranos. I hadn't seen it, and it was fun.
Rewatched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing, and it was great.
Sopranos was amazing. I never actually saw the final season though.
No.
Did
How
you?
about you? Favorite? Yeah, the whole thing.
My favorite show at the moment is that Normal People. I loved it.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go check it out.
I mean, it's very sexual, but it's fun to watch, especially in quarantine. You're like, yay! But I also finally gave the morning show a chance because
Yeah.
I had watched the first 2 episodes and just wasn't into it. I wasn't vibing that show. And then someone said just give it till the 3rd episode, and I ended up giving it to the 3rd, and then I gave it the 4th, and then it got so good.
Nice.
Yeah. So the morning show was really good too. So I would say like normal people in the morning show currently.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out.
I wish you could see questions too, because then you could help me pick on questions. People always ask this question. We've already answered this one before.
It's
Awesome.
good. It's very good.
And we've asked this one before. What's our favorite scene together? I'm like trying to find some new ones. These are all good questions though, and thank you guys for all the questions.
Yeah.
Have you been to Canada? That's a random one.
Yeah.
Whereabouts? I think we might have asked that before.
I think we did answer that before. Yeah. We have been to Canada. I think
I've been all over Canada, everywhere it feels like but Nova Scotia. Oh, the question box covers your face. Okay, we'll get rid of the question box. We don't need to cover Stefania's face.
You go higher.
Wait, what? Yeah, go higher. Why isn't the question box going away though? Huh? Okay. There's a little X, but let me see if I can. Oh, geez. Now I'm just looking at my computer of myself. No, don't do that. I almost removed you, Stefania. Let's not do that. People are like, please don't do that. You guys, I can't get rid of the question box. No.
It's okay. I'm higher. I'm sitting
okay. Oh, you love food. I'm going to have you answer this one. What's your favorite food? For anyone that doesn't know, Stefania loves food. Oh, wait, but are you full-on vegan?
I am a vegan that cheats. So,
okay. But you don't cheat with like meat, animal meat, do you?
No, I don't. I don't cheat with animal. The thing that I cheat with is usually cheese.
Cheese.
Or like if I go home and have granita with the brioche. The brioche has a little egg on it.
Yeah.
I definitely eat a lot of that. And the vegan goes out the window. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
But
so if it has eggs or cheese.
Yeah. No, me, I don't. You are vegan, no? You've been experiencing that for a bit.
I have been a vegan now for, well, I was a vegan basically 5 weeks, but then this last weekend I went and had brunch at Barrett's house.
Nice.
And her boyfriend made chicken sausage and bacon.
And you ate that?
I did eat that. So I'm not a, I mean, you can't, but I have to say, like, it was interesting to test it out because a big part of me is like taking away, I feel so much better not eating meat. And like my stomach did start to feel unsettled after I ate that food that day. What?
And it's eco-friendly.
What is that?
Not eating meat, like the cows farts are one of the most polluting things in the world.
I know. So when I watched a documentary about that, I was like, oh my gosh.
I feel like I was talking to a friend and he was telling me, can you imagine in like 100 years it'll be like human race is extinguished because of cows' farts? That's crazy. If you were
we can
like,
laugh at now, which would be really
it's
horrible.
Terrible. Yeah, no, not good. Not good. No, let's eat less meat. Definitely.
There's so many positives to it. And then when I started getting into Sakara, which is that company that I get my meals from, and like now I have their cookbook and their granola, and like the food tastes so good, and I'm so full. It's not like I'm starving. I don't feel like I'm depleted on any like nutrition. All like the kind of false stuff that you hear about that kind of food. I feel amazing.
Nice.
So,
I love that.
So yes, but I did have some bacon.
But favorite food, yeah, for me, pizza.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you love pizza.
I love pizza. I'm obsessed with pizza. I could eat pizza every day. And then I love a lot of like cookies, biscotti. I do sometimes tiramisu. Mascarpone.
I haven't had tiramisu in a long time. Do you dip your biscotti in? Is it biscotti or biscotti?
Biscotti.
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 In my coffee? In coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. I think it wasn't the live we were on, but last live I did, I was telling everyone how amazing that espresso you made for me was.
Thank you.
In your new espresso machine. It was so good with oat milk, and everybody was like, so what kind of espresso beans did you use? I don't even know if
I actually have a very sensitive stomach, so I have to use some like with low acidity, and you try to get organic. I kind of change up a lot, but maybe like the closest possible. I don't try to source it from the other side of the world if possible.
As locally grown as you can.
Yeah. As
I love
possible,
that.
yeah, as close as possible. Right?
I still don't know why I can't get the box to go away, but we can see your
That's
face. I can see your
fine.
face now.
Yeah.
Here, we'll ask that one. Are you a romantic person?
To a fault.
I know the answer to that. Yeah, I was gonna say.
To a fault. Like surprises and little gestures and flowers and just letters. My mom and I exchanged letters until she passed away, unfortunately. But we wrote letters. Like she used to send me letters to the US. I used to send letters to Sicily. We talked almost every day, so it was kind of like a little bit unnecessary, but it was so fun to receive a handwritten letter that took 10 days to cross the world to get to you, and you say things that you don't really say when you're talking to somebody like on Skype or on the phone. So yeah, these little things for me are so important. Love it.
The
What about
thought
you?
and the letter is a beautiful thing because it's such a dying, way of communicating.
Yeah.
But it really is so beautiful to like receive a letter and just the way how it feels and like to open it up and to read it.
Yeah.
Because I basically only ever done long distance relationships, and my first long distance
Wow.
relationship was like all letters, and I loved it. It was so romantic.
Amazing.
Even though, like you said, you still text and talk to the person like
Yeah,
almost every day.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
there's
Yeah,
something
so
about
good.
that. So
Yeah.
definitely romantic.
Yeah.
Wait, there was a really good question. Oh, this is funny. Out of as a couple, in the two of us is the way I took this. And who would be the most jealous and who's the most romantic one? I feel like Maya would definitely be the jealous one. I hate to admit it because I, Danielle, am not, but I feel like, or do you think you would be? I feel like
Is
Karina is
wait,
not
is
jealous.
Karina? I don't think. I think she handles
You
it
for sure.
okay.
In real life, I feel
In
like
real life, I'm like super jealous. I smash dishes, throw things, like insanity. I've calmed down a lot though. If you met me when I was 20, mamma mia, una pazza psicopatica. No, like I used to be absolutely insane. I used to slap people in the face and like throw, like smash entire sets of dishes. Not good. It's not good for me. It wasn't good for me. I was constantly like, but I grew up in Italy, and in Italy, situations can get promiscuous, no? Everybody's like, hey, you doing? How you doing? It's like a little bit intense. Here, people are more politically correct. Then everybody cheats everywhere in the world. But
yeah. Oh my God, there's like a squirrel or something attacking the tree
what?
outside my door. Like I have this huge tree. Oh, there he goes. There's like I have this huge tree in my backyard. I can try to show it to you. Let's see.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's a squirrel like losing his. He's gone now. Here, can
Shit,
you see
you
my
can
tree in
say
my
that.
backyard? Here, I can show you like the. You see my tree?
Nice.
So there
Yeah,
was a
show me your
squirrel.
house.
I
Take
can't
me
show you the
around.
whole house. You want to see the whole
Yes, a
house?
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've decided. I'll give you a tour of the house. But wait, that's the story I was saying. Was there was a squirrel somewhere in this tree,
Yeah.
and he was all the bark was like falling. If you can see the ground, like all the bark was
What was he
falling,
doing?
and it was out, right outside my window. But yeah, so I think we've decided as Karina and Maya, I would be the jealous
Jealous.
one, and you would be the romantic one.
Yes.
But as Danielle and Stefania, those roles would be reversed.
I think so. I think so.
Okay, I'll give you a mini tour. My house is kind of under construction still.
Okay.
But here's like my little kitchen.
Beautiful. Wow, look at
Milwaukee.
the table.
Yeah, do you like? Remember the
Nice.
table?
Yeah.
And then I'll take you to the front of the house first. Everything's so black and white anyways. Wait here.
Nice. Look at that view. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at it. Oh my god, it's so creepy. Oh my god, it's mine. Let's go. Okay, should we get rid of one? Or should
Yeah,
we
do you want to get it?
Yeah. Oh my god,
That's hilarious. Put that there. Oh, your lighting out here is so much better.
Yeah, it's your house.
Hi, everyone. Well, no, but I've never sat in this room. The house is like completely under construction. This is awesome. Hi, everyone. We did a little, let's see all the hearts. We did a little, oh, I think, here, save it to your feed so you don't, or maybe not. Wait, hold on. I'll help her out here. Because it's still doing, it's still delayed. I think technology's freaking out right now because we're on the same.
It's not me. It's my phone that doesn't allow me to do things.
Okay. It is your phone. That was definitely your phone's fault that time. I think I have to save it on mine. It didn't give me the option.
Okay, good.
I'm going to save it though, and I'm going to send it to you.
Put it away so I cannot do it.
Hi everyone. We did a little surprise. We wanted to kind of give you guys this treat to see each other. See each other. We did, and I got to hang out with Jeff. And you made us when you made me the amazing espresso. Oh, yeah. Why are these on it?
Oh, I can't hear you very well. I wish I could do you want to do any questions too?
Yeah.
I'll sit back here.
99.
And that was the most tour of my house I've ever given.
Yeah. Aspetta, why is this not working?
I know. It doesn't, my phone also gets a little persnickety. We're trying to open up the question box. Uh-oh, you turned it around. Tap the screen twice.
Excellent. Don't trust the Spampinato.
Did you just say don't trust the Spampinato?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see any questions on there that you'd like to ask? Oh, LGBT couple. I'm really sad that Cara Del, I can't say her last name. Do you know who I'm talking about? Cara Delevingne. I'm so blown out. Cara Delevingne and Ashley Benson. Oh no, I did the thing again.
Did they break up?
Yeah, they broke up and it made me really sad.
Oh, I didn't.
Because I thought they were a good couple together.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's sad. Like in real life?
Yeah, in real life. And now but I guess Ashley Benson's bisexual, so now she's with G-Eazy.
Oh.
I really don't know who he is.
Me neither.
But that made me sad in real life. That was a good one. But do you see any other questions? I love that just pops back up again.
Who had planned a trip together? Where do you think? If you had to plan a trip together, to where do you think you would go?
Oh, I want to go everywhere right now.
I know. I saw this friend of mine that lives in the British Virgin Island, and they just got a little hut on the beach, and with the view of the beautiful ocean, and that's what I would like to be right now.
You want to be on the beach with an ocean view and do nothing.
And just read books. And
have you been reading any books lately?
I have. Actually, it's actually the Black Lives Matter thing. I was saying that to you before, but I feel like not being from this country, I felt very ignorant about the whole history of how the movement was started and what brought brought us to this situation. And I feel like it was a very good reason for me to sit down and study and understand more about the whole history of this country and how why this moment is so important for the movement and for the country. So yeah,
what's the book that you're reading on that one?
I've been reading a book about that. I feel like I've been watching a ton of documentaries.
Me too. The documentaries for sure.
And there is a podcast about from the New York Times called 1918. It's a number, it's a date. I should know. I'm blanking right now, but it takes you through the whole African American history.
That would be amazing.
Slavery. Yeah.
Because I know, a lot of people have been talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I feel like I didn't even know about Tulsa, Oklahoma until about 2 years ago. And just the fact that our history books in America don't teach you about that. But it's interesting.
The whiteout history.
Well, yeah, they completely white out is what they're calling it, right?
Yeah.
The whiteout of
it's
certain things.
I feel like it's like a white version of American history. Yeah.
And it's it's so curated. It's very much like, let me pull out these certain things that happened.
Exactly.
And I never knew about that. And I don't know much about Rosewood, I believe is the other area that was through history. I don't know anything. I'm learning that. But I've been watching a ton of documentaries.
Yeah.
And then I just got a book, How to Talk About Race.
Nice.
Which is a great one. And then White Fragility will be the next one.
There's another podcast called Is This Racist? Which is like a run by a comedian. But I feel like there's a lot of things that I feel like I do without...
Like an unconscious bias, maybe?
Yes, without even realizing. It's like, no, that you as a white woman should not say that. And I feel like it makes me be more aware.
Which is good. Yes. Which I think, is such a big problem with people getting so defensive. It's like, it's better, I'd rather someone put me in my place and say, don't say that, and me be completely unaware that I said something.
Than me keep saying that and look sound like a dickhead.
But it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I think people are nervous that if they tell you not to say something, it'll start an argument. And so I try to always be as open as possible. Like I was like, is that how you say it? And everyone's got a different opinion too.
For sure.
Like I can talk to one group of people and they have a very strong opinion about something, and talk to another group of people. And that's why I think just being open to taking those criticisms and saying you can't say that or you can't do that. And to
learn and study and hear different perspective, I feel like it's the best thing. That also, like, even if it's the best thing that you can do.
Someone brought that up about our industry too, because like we're, as actors, you play a diverse, I mean, we just talked about it, like playing bisexual characters.
Yes.
Like you play such diverse characters that it's so, part of our job is knowing what it's like in other people's shoes. I mean, if we weren't empathetic, I don't see how actors could do this without being empathetic. Absolutely. But anyways, that's our little speech about that. Where's Jeff?
Jeff right now? Jeff is in my place right now. Did you turn?
I can't even see this far away. That's
wow, that's a full-on question. Okay, so this is, I was talking to my friend and she was looking to this Spanish TV series about this couple, this two women couple. Yeah. And she was saying that they interviewed the two actresses, and the question was like, do you guys ever get turned on when you do a kissing, like a scene between the two of you? And I love it because they say definitely yes. And I feel like,
I just got nervous and I was like, what would you say?
Definitely. And I feel like they gave me permission. I would definitely, I had fantasies. I had full-on fantasies.
Shut up! Oh, I'm so flattered. I'm so flattered.
Saying it in front of all these people. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
I love that so much. Yes, so definitely. But I mean, there's always that thing too. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Is in the industry they kind of do this thing where at least men that I've had sex scenes with will say this. Is like,
you're nervous, huh?
I did. I was nervous. You could tell. Like, sorry if I do, sorry if I don't situation. Yes. Because obviously you're trying to be politically correct and respectful of the person you're having an intimate scene with. Yeah. But in men, it's an anatomy that really they can't necessarily control. I mean, TMI, or if you're too young for this, but like, but at the same time, it's one of those things, like I've had a lot of scenes with men, they're like, sorry if I do, sorry if I don't, because obviously if nothing happens and they're not turned on, then you're kind of like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? Exactly. And then if they are turned on, they're like, oh my God, I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable.
Right, exactly. So and with women, you can hide it as long as you want, so
we wouldn't have known until we just said something, and then I stuttered my words and turned bright red.
You cannot say.
You can't because it's so light.
Super blind. Super blind.
Are you getting nervous?
I know, right?
Okay, anything else?
I can't.
What do I like the most about Stefania? Her personality. Hands down, her personality, but there's a million things I love about Stefania.
Thank you, Marina.
If we had to plan a trip together, can you please just imagine? Well, I love traveling. We just said you're gonna go to a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you scuba dive?
I don't.
Do you ever want to?
I tried several times, but I feel like I get a little freaked out.
Like claustrophobic?
Yes.
That's understandable.
You like to scuba dive?
I love scuba diving, yeah.
Nice.
And that's why I always think of like the French Polynesian Islands or Thailand, off the coast of Thailand, or Bali and things like that. They're great places to go because the scuba diving. That's what was so great about the Maldives. Yeah. Have you been to the Maldives?
No, I feel like I'm waiting for like the honeymoon phase with a person that I can go there.
Oh, God.
There's nothing to do, no?
What if it goes completely wrong?
A trick to remember.
See, I always think if I want to test a place out, I'm like, I want to go with my best friends that I know.
That's a good point.
Because I feel like with relationships, like the honeymoon phase test out, I feel, I know.
You cannot go after 10 years of being with somebody to the Maldives. You have to go at the beginning. I think you just get the most out of it when it's so exciting. Yeah,
see that?
Come on.
I'm thinking. I mean, I've never lasted 10 years in a relationship, number one.
Almost.
In most relationships I'm in, like, we travel a lot, but every time we travel, we tend to argue.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that I think about that, that's so sad.
No, I feel like traveling and being the best.
Well, you see a lot of couples argue. Like, even you've been on vacations and like you see other couples and like, I'm like, why is there always arguing? That's what I just need. I need someone that doesn't argue with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Since when you knew you wanted to be an actress?
I mean, I started when I was 7.
Wow.
So I think it was something that just happened. Mm-hmm. And then I actually went through like a phase when I was like 19 where I was like, is this what I want to do? Because just so you guys know, it wasn't smooth sailing. Like I, at 19, ended up like losing all my money, not losing, I should say, spending all my money and becoming like full on broke.
Wow.
And I was like, do I want to do this? Like do I want to invest in going? It was like at that time, or do I really want to go to school and like get a different degree? And I got a bartending job and started taking classes at a community college to finish my associate's degree.
Wow.
And loved going to school, loved classes, but was still auditioning, and just realized in that time, it took about a year. I was still, it was when I did Supernatural. Was it when I did Supernatural? I did like a spinoff to Supernatural. And I booked like 2 jobs in the meantime and just realized I loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do anything but this.
Oh, amazing.
What about you?
I feel like I always knew that I wanted to be on stage or like performing, but
because you were a dancer before.
Yeah, the first love for me was dance, but mostly because the industry for acting in film in Italy isn't, at least in Sicily, isn't that productive as it is here in the US. And I feel like I don't know, I guess dance is the same, but I feel like dancing, everything happened so naturally that I feel like everything fell into place and I ended up becoming that. And then I feel like acting felt like the right progression. I feel like dancing wasn't enough for me as a art form to express myself. And I feel like acting was a good segue to keep doing that. But I feel like, since I was a kid, I wanted to be a hairdresser dancer.
I love a hairdresser dancer. Like that was the mix. Is a hairdresser dancer.
Hairdresser dancer.
Do you still dance till this day?
Yeah, naked with a glass of wine in my living room.
I have not seen that yet.
Nobody has.
That's just you.
I say my Jen. Jen has seen a lot of that.
Jen has all the secrets, everyone. That is amazing. I do, like when I'm cooking. I would say like in my house, and it's funny that I do tend to like. I prefer having no clothes. Like, I don't know what it is, or like minimal amount of clothes in your house.
Yeah.
Like once you have your house and you can walk around being like,
Sarah, and she has a lot of windows, you guys.
That's why I haven't been doing it lately. Is there's so many damn windows and no curtains on my house yet.
I love this.
But there is something great about that.
Yeah,
they don't go away. I told you they're not.
How do you do this?
They should just go away, and they're not. It'll turn the camera on again. Watch.
How long have we been going on for? We just
in an hour they'll shut us off, and we started at like 2. So in like 19 minutes, we should definitely stop it or whatever.
So we just do it before people get tired of us.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Okay, last question. Should we do the last question?
Is this what you wanted to be the last question? Then yes.
No, one more. I mean, one last question. No.
Yeah, sure. It usually leads into like 3 questions when we ask one, so it makes sense. But it's got to be a good one. Oh my god, I'm so blind. I'm like leaning in trying to see. While you're doing that, can I just me it?
Oh my god.
Let's see. Effervescent?
I like that.
Trying to think like the best words.
That's a good question. Did you get turned on when you kissed Stefania? I answered the question.
Yes, I did. I thought I answered yes. It was a hell yes.
I wanted to be more clear.
Yes, I have gotten turned on when I've had scenes with Stefania. Okay. So we feel the same way about our scenes.
Okay, I like this. What do you find inspiring about each other? Sorry.
Oh, which kind of lies with me trying to come up with 3 words.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think your love of like life and like your but also too, what's so great, I think what inspires me about you though is you have, at least it feels like you have no issues speaking your mind and knowing where you stand. And I know in your brain you're probably like maybe not, but I feel like you have a very strong sense of who you are and what you want, and you have no problem telling people.
It's a constant work in progress, and it's tied to my upbringing. I was telling you, like I grew up in a conservative place, so I feel like I had to find my voice, especially around sexual stuff. Like I used to be very comfortable around strangers because I was like, hi, I can be myself. And then around family, I used to turn into like, but I guess a little bit we all do that. We all turn into this idea of us,
what they want you to be.
Yeah, they want us to be. But I feel like, it's something that I put a lot of thought into. And I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I do speak my mind. And there's like so many things that I feel like I grew up that I thought were taboos that I don't want to be taboos, and I want to talk about openly. But thank you for saying that.
It is, but it's so beautiful. And just the way you go about it, because I always get so nervous of like speaking my mind. I mean, I've gotten much better about it over the years, but like, you're so beautiful at that. Like, and you do it so easily. I was like, that was amazing. How did she do that? And also there's a million other things. Yes, your energy and your excitement for life and your optimism. And there's
the queen of optimism is you. Wow, I can't buy a vowel.
Okay, I was like stuttering earlier like crazy.
But I feel like the thing that I admire the most about your personality is like you're so smart and hardworking. I feel like when you like put the gear on, you go like a train and you're so productive, and I feel like you achieve so much. In the time that I was doing a meal and I was feeding Jeff, you have done like a charity, donated to Black Lives Matter, like a study, like watch 5 documentaries, helped your sister, also helped a friend move out, also like helped a dog from a neighbor that needed something, and you took it to the vet and you brought it back. Like, you're so good at doing so many things with your days. It's very inspiring.
But see, my problem is, and that's great that it's inspiring, but I have to learn to like calm down. I mean, I work with my therapist with that, like to really like take time to calm down, because my brain, like one person made a joke one time that my brain was like 100 like little people just like talking, like we gotta get this and we gotta get that, and it never stops.
But you don't come across as like a neurotic person. You just very productive. Yeah.
Good. I just try to like make priorities of the things I want to get done, but I always feel like if I don't, because I think in our profession too, it's hard. Like we are asked when we have a platform to do a lot. And I always feel like it's our responsibility to try. And I know we try, but it's like, sometimes it gets overwhelming, but I feel like that is part of it. Is like, I just feel like, okay, I'm finally at a point in my career where I have a platform to speak up about things that are important.
The best way possible. Beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. For as long as I can. And I think that's, I mean, whether it's stuff with the LAFD or Black Lives Matter, or LGBTQ, and
I feel like I need to get back on that. I feel like I just got a place, and I feel like I've been working on my place a lot, and I feel like and also I'm very bad with social media, so I feel like I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna go back. Like I used to do this little thing, 100 little ways to save the planet, and I'm not doing that. I feel like I need to start back up.
When our characters, like when I found out our characters were going to be dating on the show, or at least attempted dating, whatever, we didn't know the storyline was going to go. But when I got the official word, I like looked at your feed, and I love that, because that's one thing I feel like I lack on, is like I am try to be so good at being an environmentalist, and that thing you had, the 100 ways, was genius. I remember watching it, and I remember took one of them. I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. I'm going to save that.
I'm going to start back up. I'm going to like, come on, now I'm settled. I have to do this.
But it's a balance. We have life too, and like buying a house and like moving in and the things you have to do, like it's hard because you're putting things that you feel are important on the back burner, but you have to take care of yourself first. Like I've always been told, it's like the airplane analogy. Like you've got to put your own mask on first to take care of, be able to put the mask on someone next to you.
I think that's a perfect way
to end. Make sure you are all taking care of yourself during all of this. And then put it on me, because we'd be on a plane together flying to our little deserted island.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's important to find balance and to have happiness and to stay optimistic. And I'm so lucky to have you as a friend.
I'm here.
I'm so happy we got to do this with you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for watching us.
And thanks for all your questions. That was so much fun. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Perfect. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And message us with any questions or anything you guys have.
Vi vogliamo bene.
Is it arrivederci?
Vi vogliamo bene is like we adore you.
We adore you? But arrivederci is like goodbye.
Arrivederci is goodbye, yes.
I knew that was like one of the words that my Italian is lacking. Okay, you have to press the little button now.
Okay.
Bye everyone. Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Now don't lose it though. Like, press it and then it'll ask to stay. Okay, so end now right there.
Yes.